Okay, this is Cesar here with Symphony Advertising, and we're going to be making a restaurant near me campaign specifically for a barbecue restaurant, but you can really do this for any restaurant. Just switch out the keywords, and I'm going to show how to do it on Google Ads. So if you're looking to make a Google Ads campaign for your restaurant, this is how I would advise to do it, because if you do a smart campaign, it's kind of random. So like, let me just show you a little bit of what a smart campaign will do for you. So a smart campaign goes off of what Google thinks would be best for your restaurant, but it's kind of broad. It's better to have ads going, that's for sure, but it's like the easy setup. And anytime anything's really easy, it's usually not the best. It's just a way to get started. So it's good to do, but if you can have an even better campaign, why not do that? So this client specifically wants more catering, but also still wants to show up for near me searches, right? Barbecue restaurant near me, or food near me, stuff like that. So with $16 spent, I had 2,000 impressions, 32 clicks, local actions, 18, whatever that means. So a call, website visits, it's just, yeah, a bunch of stuff. Which is not bad for 16 bucks, but the reason I don't like this is because some of this stuff doesn't make sense. Like, this is the brand name, barbecue near me, that makes sense. Barbecue Houston, Texas, that makes sense. It's like a huge, so here's a problem. It's a big part of Houston. It's, you know, if you're gonna go to if you wanna come up for restaurant ads, you don't wanna go past like 3 miles, because, especially like during the week, this is kind of like what I think about, right? Like if you have a low budget, which this client does, it's $300 a month, and if you want to use that money the most efficient way possible, you have to be very precise. Like, this is so broad, like you're wasting money just because even the targeting is too big. Like, your chances are better if somebody searches and they're a mile away versus they're 10 miles away, because they're not gonna drive 10 miles. You know, they may, but that's not as efficient as we can be with the 300 bucks. So anyways, it's easy to set up. It does it for you. It's a good way to get started, but I don't like it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do it our way, because it gives us more control, and we can specifically say when, where, what time we want to set up. So once you're in the account, I already created the catering campaign. So I talked to the client, I'm like, the best way to do this is you don't want to mix everything up in one campaign. If they're different, like for instance, if it's for a catering, if you want to be catering focused, make a specific campaign design to get catering calls and form submission. If you want to do a near me, restaurant near me type thing, make that its own campaign. If you wanted to do delivery, make that its own campaign, because it's more precise, it's more direct. You can make everything about the delivery campaign about delivery. You don't include the catering, you don't include the near me's. You just say we deliver, because that's what that person is searching for. That's the problem they want solved. It could be events, like the list goes on and on, but the more specific you can be in a campaign, the better it is. So let's get started. So we're gonna do a new campaign, and generally you're gonna want to do website traffic for everything, generally. It may already have some of these conversions for you, which you can keep. These are just if somebody calls from the ad. You know, we do want to know. If it's not set up, it might say create goal, and you just put your phone number in. It should be there though. The campaign type we want to do a search campaign, meaning if somebody goes to Google and goes restaurant near me, we want to try and come up for that. And it's crazy because a lot of this is local. Like, a lot of this is local. Here's an ad, but that's the second page. The first one is local. So I'll show you how to also do it on the map pack, which is better. So then we're gonna you put your website in. So this is the client. I'm gonna go ahead and put their website here, and I'm gonna name it specifically BBQ near me campaign. Because that way when you're looking at your data, you know, okay, this is for that, this is for that, this is for that. Now, because we're doing 2 campaigns, we have new budget now, right? 250 and 250. So I'm gonna put, you know, 250 divided by what? 20 days? $12. That's pretty low, but whatever. We'll do $10 a day. It's gonna say, what do you want to focus on? We don't want to focus on conversions because we don't know what the conversions are. We like to get it, your ads account to optimize for conversion means everything else needs to be right. Everything else needs to be ready to go because bad data is gonna ruin your campaign. I have another client. They get a bunch of conversions. I go in there, I look, and it's like, yeah, they're conversions, but they're not the conversions you want. So it's like you got to be careful with the data. So for now, and most likely we'll stick with this because it's safe. We'll go with clicks because we want to send a bunch of traffic to our site, and we want to see what we can do to get calls and just calls or visits. Not even calls, just to go, right? Maybe directions. You don't have to worry about the other stuff, but do clicks. Big thing here. So automatically Google puts you in the search network, including search partners and the display networks, and include Google Display Network. We don't want that. All we want is the search network. So just don't click anything. Yeah, remove everything because we only want to come up on the Google search engine, not somebody else's website engine that Google is supporting, and not display network, because display network is when you're playing mobile games and you get an ad, you know, before you get to see it. We don't want to come up with that. Those are like the worst. If you're gonna make a display campaign, make a specific display campaign. Don't mix them up. So now we pick our location. So what I like to do is I like to take the zip code, right? 77035. And put a little radius around it. So instead of putting Houston Texans or finding all the zip codes, we're gonna do advanced search. We're gonna hit radius, and we're gonna put 3 miles because we want to be in the area of anybody looking it up. Because I'm thinking of this as more of like a lunch break thing, more of like I need to stop by somewhere to get food during the week. That's how I'm thinking about it. So I'm going to target that, and you can see it puts a 3 mile radius where our store is, our restaurant. So I'm going to save that. Here's another thing. When you hit advanced location options, you must switch to people in or regularly in your targeted location, because if you don't, it's going to use presence or interest, people in, regularly in, or who have shown interest in your targeted location. So that means even though we hit a 3 mile radius, if somebody passes by there, or somebody shows interest for whatever reason, their job's over there, they go to the mall over there, they pump gas nearby or something like that, like on their commute, right? They're gonna see this ad even if they live in Pearland. And Pearland, in this, actually I don't even know really where that area is, but they're not close. And we don't want people who are not close all the time. Like, we want them to be physically in that area when the ad shows. We don't want somebody to see the ad when they're not actually in that radius. So very important, okay? This makes a huge difference. Languages, you know, I just put English and Spanish because those are pretty much, that's the demographic around here in Houston. And then the rest you don't gotta worry about. You can hit next. Okay, so here's another important part, is where we get the keywords. To do keyword research, to find the right keywords, it's pretty straightforward. It's a little bit, it's not straightforward, but it's a little bit, like, it takes time to do. Like, you should probably gather these as you go. But Google's gonna recommend you what they think based off of your website. 90% of these are gonna suck. So we're gonna sit here and just, you know, pick them out. So barbecue, like, you don't wanna pop up when someone looks up barbecue. It's too broad. What if they're looking up how to make barbecue? What if they want to know what barbecue is? What if they're trying to figure out how to spell barbecue? So they Google barbecue. No. Best barbecue. No. It has to be more intention within the keywords. Barbecue restaurant near me. Golden. BBQ delivery, we're gonna leave that out. Barbecue, no. Barbecue restaurant near me, yes. Barbecues, smokehouse menu, best barbecue near me, that's fine. The best BBQ delivery near me. Barbecue delivery, barbecue places near me, that's kind of weird, but if it's barbecue near me now. Chicken barbecue, barbecue ribs, best barbecue near me. Okay. Best BBQ near me. Okay, so all of these are good. Now I have to explain something. On the very bottom here, it says keyword match. Alright, broad match means that as long as it's loosely related, your ad is gonna show up. So if I look up barbecue near me, it's very possible that any other restaurant, if somebody looked up meat near me, ribs near me, what else? You know, anything related to barbecue, you're gonna pop up for it. And you might think that's good, but it's not, because sometimes, unless you're managing it like every single day, I still don't recommend it. It's gonna end up finding things that aren't actually what you're trying to come up for. And what ends up happening is Google's gonna be like, oh, this keyword is effective, and it gets good clicks, and the score is good, the quality score, the conversions are good, but it's, let's say it's for something like, it's possible that it'll be for a competitor, and so it's gonna get all these clicks and it's gonna get all these conversions, but it's like those are people calling the wrong restaurant. That is bad. So don't use broad, is what I'm saying. You can use phrase. So phrase is the ones with quotations. It just means that phrase needs to be there. So barbecue near me is the phrase. It could say, where is a barbecue near me located at? As long as that phrase is there. It can be in the beginning, in the end, in the middle. It just needs to be there. What is the best barbecue near me? That would make it come up. Barbecue near me in Houston. Same thing. So on and so forth. So then, that one's like in between too loose and too strict. So you can start with that one. But eventually you want to get to what's the next one, which is exact match. Exact match means that whatever you put, it's 2 brackets, you will come up for those keywords. So only if somebody puts a barbecue near me will your ad show up. And so once you find that exact list that you want, you'll be able to use that and know exactly when you'll come up, which is what you want. You want to know exactly when you'll come up. It does do like substitution, so like if it's barbecues near me or barbecue near me now, like something like, it has to be like a very close, a kind of very close variant of the exact same word, which is okay. Like usually it's like plurals or things that have like a double meaning, like not here because that would be bad, but like instead of restaurant, maybe places. What would be another things that are really close? I can't think of a barbecue example, but another example would be like you know, water and liquids. No, that's true. Basically, they have to mean the exact same thing. All right. So we're gonna go with phrase match for now because that's a good starting point. We still want the discovery. We want to see what people are looking up, and we can see that. But we're gonna go with this for now. So you can start off with that list. Another way to do it is, and again, because this is, because this is specifically for barbecue, like we could do restaurants, we could, you know, places to eat, like more broad. But again, with a small budget, you have to spend your money wisely. If you just use restaurants near me or restaurants in Houston, like you're gonna blow through that. So let's just be more specific with BBQ near me, right? So I looked this up. So look, while doing my keyword research, I see Korean BBQ near me. They're not that. Excuse me, Jesus. So negative keyword would be Korean because we don't want to come up when anybody hits up Korean BBQ near me. Look at that. There's a lot of Korean stuff. So that's a sign. We don't want to come up for that because they're traditional BBQ or whatever. So if you go to the URL, the Google search thing, and you hit the keyword, it'll show you some suggestions, and also you can go to the very bottom here and kind of like work like that. So if I click this, but if you ballin', I'm just kidding. If you're using like tools, like this is a SEM Rush, it helps you find stuff. So like for instance, I can put it's helpful. It's not needed. It's just faster, and it's way easier to track. But this is like $150 a month. So if you want to use Symphony advertising services, this comes included. So I'm just gonna do like barbecue near me, and then it'll spit out all the good versions of that. So like BBQ near me, restaurants, BBQ places near me, and there's different ones like Mongolian, Hawaiian. We don't want to come up for those. So yeah, it gives us a pretty decent list, but I am just going to leave it for now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make these phrase matches. And as you check on it every day, you'll see the list grow. So I use this thing. I don't know if anyone else uses it, but you could do it on the Google Ads part. I don't want to put it in and then switch it. I'd rather have it in the right way. So I'm going to paste them here. It's called Keyword Match Type Tool. You know, this is what I use. And then you hit phrase match and you make keyword list, and it'll spit it out the way you want it. So then we go back here, replace these, boom. All right, now we make our ad. So generally with your ad, what you want to do is you want to include the brand name for one of the headlines, and you want to include like what you want the search to match what they're looking for. So let me just do this real quick. And it's just and then if the website's decent, like you can get ideas from there. So I'm gonna go here and let's see what we got. Texas BBQ restaurant. Let's see what else you can find. Discover our specialties. I like that. Then we can include. So this is cool. Like we could, include some of these words here. Delicious smoked sausage. My camera's about to die. Tender smoked pulled pork. My camera's about to die, so I'm gonna fly through these. But anyways, you want to put that stuff there. You want to get a description. So I'm gonna copy some stuff here. Oh my god, figure it out. Where is it? I'm just gonna I'll fix this later. Okay, so do that. Next, you can add site links. So just go to your website, get the URL, put the site link. It's just to further increase your chances. Call out, so like you could say like, hey, visit us today. Call extensions, this is for them to call. So you just add your actual phone number. You can add an image, so like of the food. We're gonna hit next. And apparently we don't have any, we have no chance of coming up because why? It's too small. We'll fix it. It might be because the ads, the budget's low and they're trying to get more money, but if the client only has so much money, that's what we're gonna do. And that's it. So that's how you make a barbecue campaign. What you would do next is, as the days go by, I would check it like every day once it gets started. What you do is you go to that campaign and you go to search terms. Search terms right here. This is gonna show you what people actually typed in Google to come up. So you'll find, oh, they are searching what, like that makes sense that they found us this way, or you'll find something like it'll say Korean barbecue and you're not that, so you put that in a negative list. So you can add a negative keyword, put the word Korean, put it broad so it comes up in whatever variation. And that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. Hope this helped. Peace.